All right, back here on SportsLine, the big news obviously this week, Derrick Henry's broken foot surgery this morning went well. Now the rehab begins, and we see what the timetable is. Probably 8 weeks on the short end, 10 weeks, 11 weeks on the long end. Hopefully gets him back in time for the playoffs in some form or fashion. Here was Mike Vrabel, Titans head coach, breaking the news to everyone yesterday, although he wants absolutely nothing to do with talking about timelines.
How is Derrick and what's his status?
Well, Derrick's status is Derrick's going to have surgery in the morning. And, we're not going to put a timeline on when he may return. I know that he'll do everything that he can to work himself back, to be able to help this football team. And whenever that is, that's when it'll be. And I know that he'll be around our team as soon as he can. I know that's important to him. I know that'll be important to our team, and we will have to move on. We'll have to move on, unfortunately, without him here in the short term, and not look back.
You talked before about how heavily you all rely on him. I think you've even used the word that he's carried the team maybe in some games. How well equipped are you to continue to succeed offensively without him?
I think that we're going to have to be. We're going to have to be creative, and we're going to have to figure out, answers and way to, move the football and continue to run our offense. And a lot of that is probably still up in the air, about what we're going to do and, game plan and, who will be in there, and then the bodies that we have available and the ones that we may, even eventually sign, to come in here.
How's he doing, Mike, given the circumstances?
Well, I don't want to, I hate to speak for our players, but, I think that Derrick is he's disappointed. Everybody's, he feels bad. You feel bad. We spent a lot of time together with the coaching staff and with the players. So you never want to see any of them, injured in any capacity. So, I know that Derrick's going to work extremely hard to get back to do everything he can to help this football team.
Does it happen in a moment, or is it?
We're not. Paul, I don't think that's. We found out, after the game that, there was an issue, and the issue is going to need to be fixed.
It seems like a wear and tear thing. Do you think about
injuries happen for multiple different reasons. I'm not sure why you would speculate that it would be wear and tear.
Did he show much, or I guess what did he show with his toughness in terms of being able to play through the whole game?
Well, our guys are extremely tough. Guys are extremely tough, and Derrick is one of those players. There's a lot of guys that that do that, and his toughness has never been questioned. Certainly won't be, as long as I'm here.
You mentioned getting creative. How much, midway through the season, how much can a team change its offense, and how much would you want to change, the style of offense?
Well, I don't know how much, we're going to change. It's just by, adding some things and doing some different things with who we have in there. Not ready to commit to anything or a wholesale change. So a lot of teams that, that rely on multiple backs, to run the football within their same scheme.
If I can pivot for just a second.
Absolutely.
Going back and watching the tape with the pass interference stuff, is there a technique thing that can be corrected, a coaching point that can eliminate some of those problems?
A lot of it is just, the technique down the field. And when in doubt, you have to play the ball. Luke, you have to. Because your margin for error when you don't is so thin on the contact. Whether you think it's enough contact for a foul, and they happen every week. If you track these and chart them and see the ones where they're calling DPI when guys aren't playing the ball, you ask, well, why wasn't that one a flag? He wasn't playing the ball. It looked like there was a little bit of contact. So I would say that the short answer to that is, when in doubt, you have to be in a position to play the football. Now, you also see what comes up sometimes is guys look back for the ball and separation is created. right? When the DB looks back for the ball and the ball's not underthrown, now there's separation that's created, and it's sometimes a completed pass. Or, there's some hand fighting going on, and so you see sometimes when a DB looks back, and there's a little hand fighting at the hip, a good receiver is going to, push you at the hip, and then now there's some separation. So the biggest point is being in a position to be able to play the football in the air, and doing our best to do that, and we'll keep working on it.
Whatever you figure out as running back, how much?
Go ahead, Ben.
Mike, with the news with Derrick, is there anything you have to say to the team's leaders about kind of taking charge, or maybe, kind of leading you guys through this kind of maybe uncertain time?
I mean, I don't think that anything, I don't think we have to have an official meeting. I think that, everybody understands that, with him not on the field right now, there's going to be a void in leadership, and, guys will step up, and we will find, guys. I feel like we do have, some strong leadership. You don't play the types of games that we play sometimes, unfortunately, without, and win them, and being able to win them without, a good, strong nucleus of leaders and guys that believe in each other.
Like whatever you piece together in the backfield, how maybe crucial is it now for Julio to surface and be part of the pass?
Well, I think everybody. I think everybody. We'll have to block better. We'll have to throw better. We'll have to call better games, and not just one person. We need everybody. We'll need everybody in all three phases. So whoever wasn't with us on Sunday, we'll have to try to get them back out there as soon as we can to help us moving forward.
You believe that we've seen that the play action passing game with Henry has been very effective. What makes you believe that it can continue to be effective? Because that's obviously something you guys go to a lot.
Well, I think that we're going to continue to run the ball with whoever's in there. We're going to run our offense. And, I don't think anybody wants to sit there and drop back and throw it 45 times a game. So, again, we'll meet with, Todd and his staff. We'll meet offensively, and we'll come up with, what we feel like is the best plan. Certainly don't want to get into a drop-back passing game this week.
Given the way that Derrick Henry just recovers generally in the offseason, does that give you some extra hope about his ability to be able to come back fast?
I'm always hopeful. I don't want to compare one player to the next as it relates to injuries. Emily, we've always talked about this as far as, guys just, or people in general, just kind of come back from something, maybe a little quicker, or something, takes a little longer. So I know that if anybody can, I guess, come back, it would be Derrick, but I'm not going to put any expectations on any sort of timeline.
Seems reports about Adrian Peterson being brought in the last couple of years in the back end of his career. What have you seen from him? Leads you believe he's still got juice and power?
Well, I'm not going to comment on, what's being speculated. I'm going to comment on, the guys that are here on our roster that we have signed. And, we've played against Adrian, and, obviously he's got a pretty strong and solid resume.
Even if Derrick isn't going to be on the field for you guys, do you still anticipate him to have, a presence with the team, whether it's, FaceTiming guys or, encouragement, or, I don't know how much he's going to be